Okay, here we go. I think everything is up and running. Sorry, Stream Decker. Yeah, so this is what we're gonna be looking at today. Okay, Amulet White, and today is 12/26/18. So many, so many Amulet decks. At one point, I think I'll have to start deleting them, and yeah. Cool. So this is some changes that we talked about yesterday after the league. So we will be running this. Oh. Modern White Amulet. And then we'll add this to the command. Sorry about this. Okay. So these are some of the changes that we talked about yesterday. We talked about maybe moving a third Trinket Mage to the main deck. Yesterday I played a league with the Hornet Queen in the main, and it was not particularly stellar. It might be because there's just people not playing as many like spirits and humans for whatever reason, even though I think both of them are probably some of the best decks in the format. Of course, we're adding snow-covered forests because, you know, 'tis the season. And that's about all the changes to the main deck. In the sideboard, still trying out the silences. I'm still not sold of them. Sold in them. Still not sold about them. However you say that, maybe I should just be playing the full 3 spell pierces and maybe 2 pierces, 1 negate. Negate has been okay. It came up like once or twice basically, where it was better than spell pierce. But that's about it. And against a deck like Tron or something like that, I think I'd rather have access to spell pierce, because it's usually with the games that we lose against Tron are, you know, turn 3 Karn, and Pierce is much better at stopping turn 3 Karn than negate. Then we have Queen, Sage, and Sigarda. Sigarda was actually kind of nice. Not only we can bring her in against BGX, but it was also pretty good against Control. Playing an Uncounterable Angel is pretty nice. And then Explosives and the one of Tormod Scripts who actually took out the Rest in Peace. I still want to give Stony Silence a shot. It might be that the Moto Online meta is not particularly worth it for Rafus 1313. Thank you for the follow. That the Magic Online metagame is not, you know, particularly good for Stony Silence. I really have not played against that much KCI or Harden Scales, but I still think the card is pretty sweet. So if I were playing like in a GP or something, I think I would want to have access to Stony Silence in the sideboard. But yeah, so we're not running out Obstinate Bailoff. That's like the main thing, basically. Ooh, we're playing against the Mox champion right here. We're playing against the Mox champion. This kind of feels like a mulligan. Ugh, this seems like a bad keep, but a keep nonetheless. I think I'm more interested in ramp right now. I already have access to a Titan with this Dolaria West, so I think I want access. I want to find some ramp instead. What's up, Inquisitor Jesus? Good evening. Viembu, I'm not sure yet, and that's why I'm testing it. I think it has a lot of potential, and that's why I'm still, you know, giving it a shot. I really want to figure out an optimal configuration. Main deck, it has felt pretty nice, and post board, it feels like it's very, very strong in some contexts. We're playing against Mardu Pyromancer. Whoa, value. Let's top deck Bajukibok here, shall we? Because that would be nice. I'm actually mildly interested in... I'm gonna leave myself the option to transmute for Bajukibok, because if this is all my opponent has, then like stopping a Bedlam Reveler seems like priority number one. If they Reveler here, of course, this play gets much worse, but there it is. It might still be worth it, though. How does that change things? Yeah, I probably want to... Like, it stops my opponent's clock pretty considerably. So yeah, I think I'm interested in this. Transmute for Bog, just because now my opponent cannot chain Revelers. If them chaining Revelers seems like a very straightforward way for me to lose. Another straightforward way is for them to play Blood Moon here. Chandra, okay, I did not see this one coming. Did not see that one coming, but sure. So we can stir here. That's pretty sweet. That's it to Laria West. And here it's actually nice. So we can exactly transmute for Summoner's Pact, and we can set up a Titan for next turn. We cannot play the Scout, which is sad, but it's fine. If they have a discard spell, though, this is pretty bad. Well, they do have a discard spell. So do I pact here and let them take this Scout? So I'm gonna take 4, 5, 6 this turn, down to 8. Any Bolt kills me. Yeah, so I guess it's better for me to just let this resolve and just like hope I top deck a Titan, or you know, just like play something out here. They're 100% taking the pact. Uh-oh. Okay. They still can cast a Reveler here. Oh. Well, that's enough. Yep. Yep. Okay. Path is very, very good here. Like, insane good. And this is gonna be a matchup where I'm gonna miss Rest in Peace quite a bit. Cavern out. Take out one pact. Take out the Ranger. Take out a couple of amulets. And maybe one Trinket Mage. Sigarda seems like just a tough card. Yeah, also this card I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm not gonna bring in Negate. Yeah, let's do this. I want like a couple of amulets. I know it's terrible against Colonel's Command, but just don't want to, you know, get be just way too slow. Asusas are cool. Prime Time is cool. Ballista, explosives. Yeah, this is fine. No, Ballista is great. Ballista I can cast against Blood Moon, and I can yeah, I'm gonna keep this hand. I can cast under Blood Moon, and I can it can kill Young Pyromancer and things like that. So I definitely want Ballista. Ballista is great. So here we get the option of getting Celestia Sanctuary or a second basic forest. I kind of like second basic. I kind of want second basic. But I'm just too low on lands. I think I'm actually going to get this Sanctuary here. I'm expecting turn 1 discard spell. Yep, there it is. Good thing is my hand is pretty well set up against this card, because none of my cards are particularly insane. Solid draw. Solid draw. So now I actually can like Asusa and hold a path to path my own Asusa, which is pretty great. Play Asusa, get my value. Hopefully my opponent bolts her EOT. Nice. Nice. Everything's working out perfectly. Surprised my opponent would like bolt my Asusa. Whoa. Yeah, that one's pretty good though. That one's pretty good. Yeah, I guess transmute for bounce. Simic growth sounds good. If they have another Molten Rain, they have another Molten Rain, that's fine. Chandra turns. Okay, so my opponent's dead now. Oh, that feels good. That one right there feels real good. That one right there feels real good. That's awesome. Okay, I'm not. I guess I am. No, I'm not concerned about my opponent's graveyard, so I won't really care about it. So we're gonna do this. If they have Liliana of the Veil, that's fine, because that means I'm potentially not getting Blood Moon. Setting up Terraria seems pretty relevant here. I guess they can like minus Chandra plus Bolt. That doesn't seem like what they're interested in doing. Okay, that's pretty good. That gets my Ballista. Hazoret the Fervent. You got it. You got it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to transmute for Pact. Transmute for Pact. We're gonna attack Chandra. Serve, yes. We're gonna get Bujuki Bog and a bounce land, a Semi-Growth Chamber. Bog them. Now I'm gonna bounce the Gemstone, and this will allow me to get another Titan here. So I'm gonna play out this Pact for Primeval Titan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to get Vesuva copying a basic forest and the Teleria West here. I don't want to die to like Blood Moon plus this thing, Molten Rain. Seems like one of the very few ways I can lose this game. Yeah, they're just gonna see it. Yep. That basically played out exactly as planned. Path was insane, as I keep saying over and over and over again. Path is completely busted. My opponent even has like Hazoret, and we can like path it no problem. This is exactly what I was saying about Path to Exile. This card is completely busted in this deck. It's so much better than I originally gave it credit for, and it's by itself the main reason why I want to play the White Splash. This card, I'm not even sure it's good, and this card is very nice, but I'm like not very like keen. I might take it or leave it, but Path is just Path is just so great. Path is just so good. You guys saw how that game played out, and path was extremely important. I have double basics. Thoughts on Sigarda versus Dromoka? I'm not sure. I personally am not the biggest fan of Dromoka as a card. And I have played Sigarda in the past, especially in the OG lists. So I am quite familiar with I'm like somewhat familiar with Sigarda, and she was always pretty alright. But it's one of those cards that, you know, I don't know. I just it's just I'm not I just don't love Dromoka basically. I just don't think that the card is particularly awesome at what it does. Mult Whoa, I could have played around this. I could have played around this. I was talking about Dromoka and I got severely blown out. We're still in this though. We're still in this. Okay, my opponent just... Now I'm not so sure whether we're still in this. This clock is very... Oh, I made a mistake. I should have pathed the young PC there. This clock is pretty fast though. And now path doesn't... Yeah, yeah, now path doesn't ramp me anymore. I'm actually just dead, so it doesn't matter. Alright. Back-to-back Molten Rains got me. Back-to-back Molten Rains is tough. Maybe yeah, just probably like pathing the young Pyromancer at that point would have been good. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll keep this. This hand is insane. I want to play the Amulet on 1, because if we draw a bounce land, we just win on turn 2, so seems like a reasonable upside. It costs me a gemstone counter, but if we get there, we really get there, so seems pretty good. Okay, so I suspect we're playing against KCI. Either KCI or the Mirror. So I'm just gonna play out my land and pass the turn. And we lost 1-2 versus Mardu Pyro. Imagine they will blow this out right now. Yeah, sweet. That's great because now I get to play my second amulet. Exile my opponents. I'm just mostly playing this Bojuka Bog because this sets up basically me playing the Titan next turn. Also, like them recurring explosives might be troublesome. To be fair, it could have been the Mirror. That when they play Inventor Sphere, that basically tells me that it's KCI. But if they go turn 1 Grove into... Yeah, well, hopefully my opponent will not play around Stony Silence, and we get to blow them out real nice on games 2 and 3. Bounce land? No bounce land. So here I might simply be dead, right? What's the best play I can do here? Walking Ballista allows me to interact, but it costs me a gemstone counter. If I play out Trinket Mage, I can search up a second amulet, which will basically guarantee the kill next turn. I don't think I can play around them having KCI here, right? I just basically need to find the stupid bounce land. once and for all. But yeah, but actually having access, yeah, I think doing this is correct because having access to a second amulet means that next turn not only bounce land is lethal, but also Tolea West is lethal. So I'm basically allowing myself for 2 extra life draws that just win the game on the spot. So I think this is fine. Okay, they do have the KCI, so we can just safely F6 here. Now we get to chill out and hang out for solid 5+ minutes while my opponent goes off. Isn't this like a beautiful viewing experience? Isn't this fun? Just ban this stupid card. This is just and the worst part is I kind of love the deck. It's just like it takes so long to kill you. It's just so annoying how long it takes to kill you. And like we just need to like sit here and just do nothing because my opponent can very easily whiff. So it's not like Storm. Like I just Storm is fine because you know they like go off for like 2 minutes and then they cast the Gifts and Giving and you know like okay, so I'm dead. Here is just like, well, they might not draw into it or they might just not have it, or and like all the loops and all like everything just takes so long to actually happen. Okay, this is fine. They can't. Okay, so they can't loop the spine yet, so start here. And now I am going to play Ballista on Giant, and I'm going to play Ballista on 2 to allow me to interact with, what's his name? The Troller. And I don't want to play out the Amulet because it would cost me a Gemstone Mine counter, and that's like something less than the Spine needs to kill. They haven't established the Spine loop yet, though. There's no loop yet. They can cast it like a couple of times, but that's about it. And even if they kill like 2 of my lands, I can still win next turn if I find the bounce land. So that's why I'm not conceding. And this is what I was saying, like my opponent spent like 3 minutes and they basically didn't get there, you know? And I just need to like sit through this while they attempt to go off. So now they're sacking Inventor's Fair. Explosives on 0. Okay. Okay. Sacking Inventor's Fair. There's the Troller. But they can't, like they don't have enough mana, right? Yet. They can't like blow up the explosives and play the Troller. This is still not enough. This Ballista is messing them up though. Unless they have a second Troller. If they have a second Troller, they have a second Troller. But here we... I think here is when we kill this. If they do have a second controller, they got it. But if they don't, we still have a chance. So they basically need to draw into a second controller. Oh, they have the buried ruin. Okay. Yay. Yay, interaction. Pikes and the probably only White Amulet today. At this point, they have it though, right? It's like annoying that I don't actually have the loops memorized, so it feels it feels deterministic, but I'm not sure. I think it is. I'm just gonna like allow them to like go through the loop a couple of times, and if I feel like their mana keeps going up, then I'm going to concede. Yeah, this deck is... This is, in my opinion, this is the best deck in Modern. But this is the reason why people don't play it so much in Magic Online. This game is the perfect example of why more people don't play this deck, but I think if they don't ban it, it will get to the point where Summer Bloom was before, where people were kind of afraid to play it, and they were like, I don't know if it's like worth my time. It's a very complicated deck with the original Amulet, I mean. And then people realize, okay, this deck is actually broken. It's not even close to remotely fair. So so it's definitely worth the time, because your win percentage will just go up significantly. I think it's kind of at that point, but people are still pretty afraid of it, especially because, you know, I feel like a lot of people already know that the deck is broken. So so they are, you know, kind of afraid of a ban. That's kind of like where I'm at right now. I think this Mirror Retriever makes it so this is actually a loop, so I'm gonna concede. That's exactly where I'm at right now. It's just like, it just feels like the deck is completely busted and it's definitely broken, but I'm just so afraid that it's gonna get banned, because I sincerely feel that it needs to get banned. That I don't really think it's really worth it for me to like spend all the time that it would require for me to like learn the deck and everything. So yeah, so Trombone Script is not absolutely necessary to win this matchup, so that's why we can safely side out one Trinket Mage. Caviar Crossroads is... oh no, but I won the White Source. County Garden is actually worse. Yeah. In fact, because of Sai, maybe I should bring in a couple of Path to Exiles. Because it's not really insane against Scrap Troller, because my opponent gets just like like sack it in response. So it's not that insane there. I just don't think I care that much about Sai. Maybe just like one Explosives to hedge against him. Side out one Pact. Probably side out one Asusa, since my ranger... oh, actually my rangers are somewhat likely to die. My opponent is very likely to be bringing in Galvanic Blast. Maybe one Steerings can come out. I think I definitely want all my other cards. Let's go. They are not, but if they do, then I get completely wrecked. So I think it's worth it to hedge. This hand is excellent. Celestia is nice, so now I can play Stony on the following turn without much trouble. On turn 3, that is, actually. Oh, on turn 2. I imagine my opponent has Nature's Claim and stuff, but I don't want them to be able to dig into them. So this Stony means that now they need to have it exactly in their hand, because he cannot really dig for them. This card does nothing. So they know about this one, so that's the one I'm going to play. So next turn we can either Sage the Mind Stone, or we can Trinket. I think I'm going to Trinket Mage Amulet and play it out, because that will set up Titan for the following turn, and now my opponent is going to be torn, like, do they want to like win, or do they want to like prevent me from winning? Because they're not going to be able to do both. They either claim the Stony or they claim the Trinket, the Amulet. How likely is my opponent to go off next turn? I think I need to play out the Amulet here. Or I can play the Tormod. Ooh, yeah. I like this. Because my opponent, let's say my opponent Nature's Claim. What do you guys think? Should I play Amulet this turn in order to set up the kill on the following turn? I get kind of blown out by Nature's Claim, because my opponent can claim this Silence EOT, then untap and play KCI and go off. Whereas if I hold up Silence, then my opponent cannot really do much. Another option would be just to like get the Amulet and not play it out. So basically I'm putting my opponent into not having everything if I play out the Amulet here, but it sets me up for a kill next turn. Okay. So if they EOT claim the Stony, and yeah, so they have the claim. There goes the Stony. If they untap and KCI here, which is not like insanely likely since they missed the land drop last turn. Well, never mind. Of course, my opponent has it. Of course, my opponent has it. They have explosives in hand. If they do have explosives, though, I think I'm fine, because next turn I can Sage the KCI. Oh, they're just going for the kill here. Do they have enough for the kill? Okay, so there's the Trawler. So I assume they sack the Mind Stone. Oh, they have another Chromatic Star. Oh yeah, that's perfect for them. Okay, so they got there. Cool, awesome. Sounds good. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. sounds about right. Well, sometimes your opponents just have, you know, the absolute nuts and they kill you. So frustrating. So frustrating. So yeah, so I really wanted to like hold up silence last turn, cuz I'm not sure this was that unlikely to happen. Yeah, because I could have silenced. So this is how they win in Magic Online. That makes sense. I could have like held up silence, and I could have like silenced in response to the Scrap Troller. If I silence in response to the Scrap Troller, that means that I get to untap with KCI, and I get to I can silence in response to the KCI. Actually, that's the best line for me. If I let my opponent untap and play the KCI, I silence in response, then my opponent cannot Scrap Troller me, and I untap and I sage the KCI, and I have a pretty good shot at winning that game. I guess we went for the high risk, high reward play and got punished. Yep. That's KCI. How has one been for you? I betrayed our deck today and played Jeskan Control since I got it for Christmas. Lot to close friend of mine in the finals in a 75 card mirror. He got my list in Cyber, guys. That's funny. I think Felsty, I think that the white has been pretty good. Again, it would have been pretty good right there had I made the correct play, right? I guess my opponent was not extremely likely to have the perfects, but they did. I think this list is very good. In the first match, we saw the power of Path to Exile. Then my opponent absolutely destroyed me, but that's besides the point. I think that the white splash has it really has a lot of merit. It really has a lot of merit. I'm still trying to figure out what the sideboard should look like, though. I know the sideboard will have fourth battle. Oh, I can't move things here. So the cards that I want 100% are 4 of this, 2 of this, and this. These 7 slots are 8 slots. My bad. These 8 slots are basically guaranteed. I want 100% of these cards. This we can mess around with. Sigarda has been alright. It hasn't been completely absurd or anything like that. It has been just alright. It's probably been... Maybe it would be better as a tireless tracker. It has just been okay, while tireless tracker has been like, you know, pretty damn good. So it's possible that I simply want no Sigardas and tireless tracker instead. But I don't know. It's kind of up in the air. Like I'm really not sure about the whole sideboard thing. Well, they're not really for the same matchups. I mean, same thing with explosives, right? Explosives is not the snap mulligan. Sony Silence Engineered Explosives is not the craziest combo either, right? This is such a tough one to have on top right here. I'm gonna bottom it, but my opponent's gonna go like turn 1 Faithless and I'm gonna be very sad. Maybe because I drew Azusa, I should have led on Amulet, because if I draw a bounce land, I can Amulet on 1, Azusa on 2, and then kind of like win from there, basically. But okay, they bowled the Ranger, so I'm setting up for turn 3 then. I really need a bounce land though. And even if I do draw a bounce land, I think. Okay, so we're playing against like a weird version of the Phoenix deck, I assume. Even if I do draw a bounce land, I think I do not play out the Azusa. What? What's my opponent doing over there? Do I think 4 paths are necessary? Yes, I think path is the best card in our sideboard, bar none. Don't think it's particularly close. This is still a looting deck. Yeah, it definitely looks like a looting deck. That was kind of cool for me though. Maximize velocity. Okay. Just casually taking 9 here. Playing out the scout, play out the gemstone, and then just hope that we draw. Hope that we draw a bounce land. If we draw a bounce land, we kind of win if we don't lose here. So that's kind of sweet. Whew, that's a combo right there. Bold face, swing for 6, I lose. Sure. Kill my scout for good measure, sounds good. Alright, so rough rough start so far, huh? Rough start. My opponent showed me Reveler, so I probably won Tormod Script. I am not sure. Oh, I'm not sure my opponent has Blood Moons, but they showed me Hollow One, so I probably want a Trink. I want Reclamation Sage anyway. I want the White Sword, so I don't want to take out the Canopy. Maybe the Cavern out. Ranger can come out. I want all my Susas, maybe 1 Pact. And maybe 1 Amulet, maybe 1 Explosives. 3 Explosives seems like overkill. I'm gonna be playing it on 1 more often than not, so. This hand is tough. This hand is tough. If I could play Scout on 1, let's say this Caviar Corsos was a Razor's ticket, I think I would keep. But like, this is just way too slow. This is like a turn 3 Scout. I'm gonna be dead by then. These hands have not looked great. I'm testing it out, VMVU. I'm testing it out. I've been liking 2 Trinket Mages, but a lot of people have been having success with 3, so I'm trying it out, see how it feels. Not sold yet. Definitely not sold, but we'll see. See my opponent increase on 1. No, Swift Spear. I think with this hand I'm going to Azusa on 3. Azusa on turn 3. We died to Blood Moon, but we're dying to the Swift Spear anyway, so making our Titan one turn faster while having access to a chump blocker for this guy might be worth it. No, the huge step is not here. It's just not. It's not worth a card, right? It's not worth a land slot. There's a very high bar for lands that don't add red mana in this deck. So every land that does not tap for green mana, every land that does not tap for green mana you need to be very, very sure that the effect is worth the card. And Sejir Step simply is not. I did test Pikes, and I did test a little bit with with 2 Impulse, 2 Trinket Mage. You can find the video on YouTube. The thing is that the Ranger, by having access to like 4 Scouts plus 1 Ranger, you really want to use your early turns to like you know, use your untapped green to get your mana dorks, basically to play out your mana dorks. And I think I don't jump here. You want to use your green sources to get your mana dorks out. Shit. All right. So that conflicts with Impulse, since Impulse wants you kind of to play less lands. Man, I wonder what a good draw would look like. Yeah, that was a solid top deck, not gonna lie. So we have Stronghold in hand and there's no way that we can play it out, so I'm just going to get Bog so we don't die to this stupid Phoenix. And so it's either Kabira Crossroads or Colony Garden. Which one's gonna save me the most life? Let's assume that my opponent is going to play Burning Inquiry or Goblin Lore next turn, which would be the absolute worst case scenario for me. Then I can get to like block here and double block with the Colony token here, and I will take 8. Versus double blocking here, and I'm taking 8, 9, 10, but I'm at 9. So it's basically the exact same thing. Okay, so I cannot beat Goblin Lore. What can I beat? I cannot beat Goblin Lore, and by extension I cannot beat Burning Inquiry either. So let's assume that my opponent doesn't have like Faithless Looting nor anything of that. Let's say that my opponent's hand is a Bedlam Reveler. So in that case, I probably want to get Kabira Crossroads. If they have looting, they fetch. If they have looting, I'm probably also dead. But I'm not actually dead if I get... Okay, if they have looting and they don't draw... They have a lot of outs, but if they don't draw their outs, then Colony Garden is better. So I guess I'm gonna get Colony Garden. Whoops. And we pass. No, they did not have looting. I guess they do have looting. They just have an insane amount of outs here. Bolt kills me. Bolt kills me. Land kills me because they can just flashback looting. Yeah, they just have way too many good outs. What's up, Van Wedge? Thanks for hanging out. Haven't seen you in a while. Artful Dodge. Damn. That's deep right there. Okay. Cool. GG's. Well, quick 0-3 drop. Quick 0-3 drop. No big deal. So we lost to blue, red, URw Phoenix, I guess. So that was pretty bad. So let's drop and let's reassess. Do I want to change something? Path was against Stellar, so again I don't want to change these things. Stony was actually pretty sweet. My opponent simply had the perfects. I don't think that was Stony's fault. Silence though. I think I might want some pierces instead. Let's try this. Main deck, I probably want to try Trinket Mage again. Jamming the Vintage Cubes, yeah, Vintage Cubes great. Yeah, Ariane, I have not been happy about Silence, but I also wanted to test it because, you know, Daryl played it, and like there's some other people that also played it, and you know, I just wanted to see what the reason was for that, you know. Put Tracker over Sigarda. Can definitely do that. Love me some Tracker. Okay, let's try this. Let's try these sideboard changes. I'm literally missing 3 play points in order to join the league. This is very sad. 3 play points. Ugh. All right, we'll use tickets. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Thanks everybody for hanging out today. We have 48 viewers. Let me turn on the light real quick. All right, we have 48 viewers here. Thanks everybody. If you haven't hit that follow button, make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. If you want to subscribe to the stream to help support the stream, you get this awesome primetime emote. Make sure you use it aggressively here and in every other stream on Twitch. If you want to check out previous streams, you can check them on YouTube right there. I always upload all of my streams and the day after I stream them, basically. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do that at fpolosmtg. I always post whenever I go live, and I always share the deck lists that I'm working on and stuff. If you want to join the Amulet Discord, you can do that with that link over there. It's a very active Discord. We always talk all things Amulet. And if you want to see like any list, or you know, maybe you're just simply feeling in the holiday spirit and you want to make a donation to the channel to help support the channel, you can do it right there. You can also, if any donation that basically pays for the entry fee of a league, I will stream whatever you want, whatever list you want on live here on stream. We'll talk about all, you know, what's good, what's not so good, all the potential changes, etc. And you will of course get my everlasting appreciation. So thanks for hanging out here on this 26th of December. Damn. Ha! Numbo. Ha! No longer a wizard. No longer a wizard. Solid draw right there. Solid plus draw. I'm definitely going to... This Azusa is very likely dead, so I'm definitely going to use this Azusa to develop my mana instead of try to like bounce Garrison. So we're gonna do this. If they have remand, they have remand. Yeah, there we go. Let's gain a couple of life. Now my opponent can probably like transform the Mutavault and kill the Azusa. Yep. That's fine though. I got my value. That was a sick draw, by the way. That's a really good draw. Most like it seems like it's fine. Better career choice, MTG or drum? Oh, drumming, dude. MTG doesn't make any money. Since I started streaming like 5 months ago, let's say I did not really make that much money. Did not really make that much money. And I've been doing it very consistently, but it's just like it's not really I do it mostly because I love it, but like I spend like 10 times as much money into my computer in order to stream than the revenue that I've gotten for the past 5 months. So it's not really it's not very particularly profitable. It's fun though, and I love doing it, so I will keep doing it, but you know. Whoa, my opponent left me with both cards. So I guess they do have an answer for... I guess they do have an answer for the Titan then. Ah, bueno, mándale un beso a mami. My mom is watching right now. So that's cool. I think I'm going to just Ballista for one and just kill this click. Just stops my opponent's clock by a lot. And it also, again, makes their Wizard's Lightning very, very bad. So... yeah, dude. Give it up. Give it up for my mom. Yes, Sir Charles. It's a, like, just people who play Amulet are great. People who play Amulet really are great. I love this like visual bug right here that after the first time they activate Mutable, now it becomes a 0/0. That's just like chilling there. Same thing with like Igmoth Nexus and that kind of stuff. It's pretty funny. So I'm assuming that my opponent has access to... oh, they don't have this anymore. I'm assuming that my opponent has access to the fairy. What's the fairy's name? Which would counter my pact. However, I can't really play around that. So if they have the 1/1 fairy, they have the 1/1 fairy. Oh, maybe they have Remand. Maybe they have Remand. Also, I cannot bounce the Celestial Sanctuary because I need to have access. Oh, I actually think I want to bounce the Kavira Crossroads here. So I can replay it next turn. No, but if the Titan does resolve, then I probably want to... yeah, I think I'm going to bounce Teleria. Okay, so this is probably... Remand here. No. Okay. So now this is cool because now I get to Vesuva, copy Crossroads, and Sanctuary. I guess they could have double Bolt. Do I play around double Bolt? Well, this is not really big mana, right? I mean, it kind of is big mana, but it's not that big of mana. Okay, so do we play around? Do we play around? I really was not expecting this to to resolve, to be honest with you. Do I haste here? I mean, to be honest, I don't think I'm that upset if my opponent double bolts me here. I think I'm gonna get Gemstone, so I'm closer to transmuting this. I'm gonna get Gemstone Stronghold, and I'm going to haste, because if my opponent does double bolt, they cannot snap bolt me here. They can only like actual double bolt me. That means that I effectively gain 6 life, which I am pretty okay with. Now I'm not gonna play around them having main deck Blood Moon. Definitely not playing around that. Okay, maybe they don't have double bolt. Maybe they just don't have it. I feel very compelled to gain a couple of life here. So I'm gonna do Simic plus Vesuva copy Kavira Crossroads. I just don't want to die out of nowhere to like some random flying dudes and like bolt, snap bolt, you know? Bounce the Vesuva, sure. And we're setting up a two-turn kill. So my opponent's dead next turn, so they need to deal 15 points of damage to me in the next turn. So let's say that they have like Snap, Wizard's Lightning, that's me going down to 12. Sure. That's me going down to 12. I can block here. Okay. Sure. Bolt my Trinket Mage, you got it. Resolves. Yeah, I don't think I can lose anymore now. Alright. And we're going to win here. I want to have access to the blue mana for Pact. So I just guarantee the kill this turn. Because my opponent has only a single card left in hand. So we're going to transmute for blue Pact here. Pact of Negation. We're going to Vesuva Boros Garrison. Vesuva Boros Garrison. We're going to give +2/+0 to Titan. I guess we're gonna bounce Crossroads, sure. And now we're gonna find any bounce land plus Sun Home. We're going to double strike. We're swinging in for 16 trample damage. My opponent can put 4 toughness in front of my Titan. And even in whatever card, if there's a 1 toughness guy in there, I just counter it and I just win. Sweet, sweet. Pierces, yes please. Explosives, yes please. Ballista was excellent that game. I want to point that out because we would have taken a lot of damage from that Vendilion click. So Ballista was really really excellent there. Do not forget about that. You can probably side out 1 Canopy. Maybe my opponent's playing Blood Moon. I'm gonna put them on Alpine Moon though. Still, it's a pretty annoying card, so I will bring in just the 1-off Rexage. But it's really not that bad. In fact, sometimes it's actively good for us because it allows me to like to have mana fixing and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna put them on Alpine Moon, not really on the other moons. Do I want Path? That's the only... I think I actually want all the explosives. Now that I'm thinking about Alpine Moon, maybe I don't want Rex Sage and I want all the explosives, because explosives kills their 1-drops, Grim Pyromancer and Delver. And it also... Yeah, I don't want Spears. And it also kills the moon, the Alpine Moon itself. So, yeah, so this seems... Explosive seems actually great in this matchup. I think I want the full 3. And Trinket Mage becomes that much better because I have access to explosives. Hornet Queen is in a weird spot, because it feels like it's like completely unbeatable if I get to resolve it, and it should stabilize very, very easily if I ever get to cast it. So I guess I do want access to the Queen. Now the question is here, do I want some amount of Path to Exiles? Do I want some amount of Path to Exiles? I'm leaning towards no. But maybe that's wrong. Maybe I should be playing like maybe a couple. I kind of want a couple of paths. So we can take out GQ. Oh no, GQ kills Mutable. Yeah, okay, there's no paths for now, and then we'll reassess for the next one. I have Ghost Quarter for manlands, so I'm not really concerned about the manlands themselves. If this hand finds a bounce land, it's very good. If it doesn't, it's actually quite awful. I think I'm gonna keep. It's a little bit on the risky side for sure. For sure. But I think it's worth it. Delverino. The interaction with Vesuva and Bounceland is actually pretty funny. Basically, you cannot, you can pay the life because the card allows you to, but Vesuva says that it enters tapped, so you will. That's a brutal one for them to show right there. That's a really brutal one. That's not bad though. Okay, so I'm going to play out the Ballista here, trying to bait out this mana leak. Opponent doesn't bite. But now I can Azusa next turn, they will leak it, and that means that I don't that they don't play anything this turn, which is great for me. Yes. Proving me wrong by playing an opt. What did they do? What did they do? They put on the bottom. Okay. So I'm assuming that my opponent is not going to be... that they are going to be holding Mana Leak this turn. And if they hold Mana Leak... So this is like a preemptive answer to my opponent having a Vendilion Click or something. The only issue with that is that now the second Azusa might actually cost me a Gemstone counter. So we're going to start with an attack. Hit ya. Because if they tap out, then I just jam Azusa and just go nuts. Do I play the Azusa out here? Basically, do I want to force the Mana Leak out of my opponent's hand, or do I want to let them like snap opt? I think I want to force the leak. There's the Mana Leak. And now we pass the turn. The only problem is that now I have enabled Snap Mana Leak, which is pretty annoying. Yep. What is this? I guess no Snap Mana Leak. Good for me. Jace. Oh, opponent, you are so cute. Sure. Wow, this is awesome for me. Sweet. Thank you. Sounds great. Bounce, play, copy, bounce, gemstone. Now I got to, and now I have Queen plus double prime time plus ballista. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I draw an untap source, I think I'm going to play out the ballista on 1 plus prime time. And if I guess the best possible draw would be a cavern. I don't know why they did that, and I'll maybe they are hoping that they get to like find lethal this turn, but also they exposed their Jace now. And I mean, why is Jace in their deck? I really don't understand. I understand them wanting to play this card, just like why in this matchup is the part that I don't understand. Brainstorm fetch. My opponent's winning. Opponent really is winning. Bold. Oh, they just have lethal? Okay. Yeah, so I guess this is what my opponent was trying to set up. Okay. And now another bolt. Okay. So this makes sense. Seems like a very greedy line. Seems like a very greedy line, but they got there. Maybe I do want some of this. That Delver did a lot of damage. Let's do this instead. Yeah, Hornet Queen seems pretty awful, actually. No, they kept 7. They kept 7 both games. I guess. We really need a bounce land with this hand, though. Which is something I've said so many times today. Turn 1 Delver. Every single game my opponent got the turn 1 Delver. Good for them. I think I take no damage from this Delver, though. If they flip, they don't flip. Yeah, I don't feel like pathing this right now. Ooh. Okay, so they're gonna get to flip this Delver then. Another Delver. Okay, so I think I need to path this one now. Also because they kept on top. Whoops. They kept 2 cards on top, so there's some value. I know that they're gonna find a land, but there's... Ooh, yeah. That's what I was thinking. They decline to fetch, so that's awesome. If they are declining to fetch, I might go squattering them here. This seems so greedy. I mean, I need to find a bounce land anyway, right? So I might as well just go for the high STV play. Alright, so now they fetched. Okay, now I need to really find a bounce land. And if this guy flips... Alright, they flipped. Alright, give me a bounce land, please. Pretty please. Bounce land. Or 6-drop. Sure. Down to 14. Got him. 28 lands. Sometimes not enough. 28 lands, 4 steerings. Ah, break wall for Azusa. Brick wall. Yeah. Okay. Please, a bounce land. Uh-oh. That's bad for me. Oh, that's really bad for me. Did he just have, like, all the bolts? Yeah, at this point, I'm just dead, though. At this point, I'm just dead. Wrecked. Fairy Conclave. Well. Oh my god. Okay. Well, that was very sad. That was very sad. I thought that we should have definitely won that game. We should have definitely won that game. Our deck really... I don't know why it's been so punishing today. It's been so punishing. I just don't think I need to mulligan that hand, though. I just don't think I need to mulligan that hand. Well, let's get that 4-1 so we can get our money back, you know. Get some value. Hopefully this is blue-white and not something stupid like Cheerios or... Well, that's Ariane. That just literally happened twice already. I 2-3'd twice on stream. Then I played League for fun, 5-0. Having 5-0 the day before, too. It's just getting wrecked. Just getting wrecked. Okay, so we're gonna Amulet here, and then I'm gonna Kalni, so we get 2 green sources, and I get to steer twice this turn. Okay. Okay, good beats, good beats. Good beats. So we got to kill this thing next turn. Which is pretty good. Jeskai though. I wonder what the white's for. That's good times. That's good times right there. That's good times. Yes, we're gonna play out the bog. We already have access to Titan mana, so this is perfectly fine. I don't mind about this gemstone dying. I'm not going to play around Spell Snare. If they have Spell Snare, they got me. They do not have Spell Snare. Sweet. So now I am not even forced into blowing this up until I want to. This plant is pretty much irrelevant anyway. I expect them to flip the things here and to get like 1 or 2 phoenixes in play though. No phoenixes. But yeah, my opponent is still like somewhat interested in like flipping their things because it forces me to crack a gemstone in order to blow this up. Down to 2 cards in hand though. Maximize velocity. Yeah. Okay. You got me. So now my opponent has 1 card in hand. And if I draw a Titan, I just win. Okay. Let's see if I can find the Titan before my opponent flips this thing. Play out Scout. I'm going to preemptively play this on Giant, so you know, Remand doesn't like wreck me or anything like that. They might play Remand, who knows. Okay, so they're probably flipping this thing next turn, but then I'm gonna have access to two champ blockers. Value. Okay, so I'm gonna take 7 from this Awoken Horror, and then I'm gonna like chomp it twice. That should be it. Oh, that's solid too. I'm pretty interested in. Yeah, I'm pretty interested in copying Bog too. Now that I think of it, so we're gonna do play Asusa, Vesuva, copy Bog. I don't care about this floating mana. I'm gonna play out the Thicket. We're going to play our chump blocker and then pass the turn. So basically we just need to find one of our 11 Titans. Draw 2, then discard 2. Okay. Phoenix and Fire Temper. Okay. Okay, that's something. Again, Titan wins. Okay. Why are they going face? I don't appreciate this. Titan? Titan? Teleria. Oh, there we go. Okay. Finally. It was starting to get annoying. It was starting to get truly frustrating. Yeah, I might as well play around. What's his name? Vapor Snag. Didn't have it. Okay. So as you can see, because I drew 1 card deeper, I was able to draw into the Titan 1 turn sooner, and I won the game because of it. So I think the canopy is definitely worth the slot. I think it's not insane or anything like that. It's just a fine card. I don't know about the pierces. I feel like I definitely don't want the negates though. I'm not sure about the pierces. My opponent's playing 3 colors, so they for sure don't have Blood Moon. Unless they are absurdly greedy. We can side out a couple of these guys because they're very likely to die to like gut shots and whatnot. Trinket Mage actually great to find explosives. Never mind, I want those. Since I'm siding out some of these guys, I definitely don't want to side out any Asusas. Probably neither Amulets. I feel like I want to side out a land. Kalni is very important after the Thing in the Ice has flipped, because it's basically free chump blockers. What's my worst card here? Probably the Canopy, but I want access to white for path, so... Yeah, GQ was the card that came out. That was a straightforward decision. Now it's the hard one. Which one is the other land that can come out? Maybe one Steerings, actually. Instead of a land. Yeah, we also whiffed on Steerings that game. Opponent kept 7. Jeez. Can this hand beat my opponent keeping 7? Probably not. It's a little bit too slow. This one is better. I need a green source pretty desperately though. Okay, let's try a green source. Should have probably mulliganed this hand too. Just go down to 5. The thing is that either a green source puts me in a very, very good spot because a Bisuba can turn like a Celestial Sanctuary into the nuts, basically. So I guess, yeah, Celestial Sanctuary is the nuts. Oh, Ballista, that's what I did wrong. That's what I should have gotten. We got there. Yeah, Ballista is what I should have sided out. We're gonna get the Simic Growth here instead of the Amulet. Yeah. Trinket Mage can get the Amulet if that's what we want, which I don't think it is. Thing in the Ice. Yes, that's fine. Okay, we should be in a reasonable spot here. We have an answer to this thing. Yeah, Bogorad, we basically didn't draw a threat in like 7 million turns in game 2. My matchup against the Phoenix deck is pretty good, honestly. Discard. In fact, I don't really like this art. I'm thinking of just like, even though it's terrible EV, just like buying the OG paths just because I like the art more. It's just so hard to justify though. That's a Phoenix. Sweet. Sweet, and I can even replay these as an untap land. That's so gas. That's so insanely good. Play a Susa. Play Thicket, play Teleria. This is excellent. Look at this. Look at this setup. What a beautiful thing. What a truly beautiful thing. And I don't mind they bouncing this. I don't care about this. Oh, nice, even better. You see, Asusa just like basically gained me 3 life, sorry. I think I passed the Awoken Horror anyway. Even though my opponent's going to be bringing in the arc like Phoenixes. There's the Phoenix. Take 7. Nuh-uh. Path to Exile. OP. I'm telling you guys, Path to Exile is the truth. So this is gonna be probably Bojuka Kavira Crossroads. Bojuki Bog. Actually, I kind of want to. Bojuka Cavern? Yeah. Decoy Octopus. That's literally what just happened. There's only one looting in the yard. Yeah, maybe I don't wanna balk here. I definitely wanna Crossroads. Definitely want to Crossroads, and I probably want to Boros Garrison, I think. And then replay the Crossroads so I can gain 4. Okay. And now the next Titan can be Hasty if I want to. Hasty Titans, best Titans. Now they can looting into like discard 2 Phoenixes. Oh my god. So many Manamorphoses. Yeah, that guy is kind of annoying. Except we can Explosives on 4. Amulet? So Amulet doesn't threaten lethal. So transmute 1, 2, 3, 4, blow up. Yeah, that seems about right. So transmute, explosives. This is such a blowout. Explosives on 4. Blow it up. Combat, swing, get Bojuku Bog plus. Another Simic. So this is Simic. Bog you. Get out of here. Bounce to Laria West. Still chilling at 18. My opponent has nothing in play. Still have another Titan coming down next turn. I feel okay about this game. Feeling okay about this game. Feeling definitely okay about this game. Yep, the Phoenix matchup has proved to be very good for this version of the deck, and I am why. Mulligan, unfortunately. Why? Why right now? Sorry, I just clicked on the wrong thing and now I'm getting punished by my computer. Keep. This is a fine. This is. I mean, it's not insane keep, but it's a fine keep, I think. Okay, so record 1 and 1, and that thing that opened up is not there anymore. Cool. All right. This scout is just so likely to die. Okay, I'm just not gonna risk it. I'm just going to play out the scout, but I'm going to bounce the T-West. It's also cool, like, if this scout dies, I can either steer into another bounce land. That's one option, or I can just transmute for it. Okay, so I'm probably... that's gonna be my play then. Oh. So what's the best possible situation? It's definitely not Storm, because main deck Lightning Bolt is very suspect of Storm. It might be another blue-red thing in the Ice Phoenix deck, and yes, I think it was definitely correct to not bounce the Simic Growth. Like, if we only had Tolere West in play right now, it would be probably okay, actually. Never mind. So I did play my land this turn, so I'm okay. So let's think. What's the best way to go about this? I can use this turn to play Trinket Mage, find another amulet. Alternatively, I can use this turn to transmute for a bounce land, setting up for next turn. Next turn I can Trinket into... I think this turn is Trinket. I think this turn I Trinket Mage for Amulet, setting up for next turn, and next turn we kind of go off. This also protects my... it basically hides my Azusa for one more turn. And if I naturally draw either a bounce land or a... so I guess it is Storm. If I naturally draw a bounce land or a Titan, there we go. Now we are off to the races. So I'm going to transmute for a bounce land. Go find that bounce land, because I don't want to whiff off of these stirrings, you know? So I transmute for bounce land. I play bounce land, bounce itself, play amulet out, play steerings out. No, I can't Azusa if that's what I do. So I basically need to steer into bounce land, basically. I need to steer into bounce land. Never didn't have it. Amulet, so good. Amulet, so good. So just draw perfect seems to be the correct play in most scenarios. So I still have 4 more mana, so I can double prime time and actually swing for lethal here. Sweet, good to know. Vesuvian, Sun Home in the deck, Stronghold in the deck, Garrison in the deck. Yeah, all the key pieces are where they need to be. So just get in Simic Growth plus Colony, I guess. Kavita Crossroads. It just really doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Gemstone, sure. So blue, float blue, float blue. Bounce this, transmute, summoners backed, cast summoners backed, get Primeval Titan, Sanctuary, float, float, bounce, prime time, yes. Autos Garrison. Make sure we click on the correct lands. Autos Garrison, Slayer Stronghold. Float, haste, float, haste. Bounce this, sure. All attack. Yes. I don't want to show them another Celestial Sanctuary, so I'm just gonna get Vesuva plus. I guess I can get Simic plus Gemstone, and then get second Gemstone. So white, red, 2 and 2. Bounce this, second trigger, Sun Home, Gemstone. So this result last. Okay, so we're good. White, double strike, boom, boom, and double strike. Boom. Alright, F6. Okay, my opponent made me go through it, but we did a misclick. Geniuses, absolute geniuses. Okay. Path to Exiles is a rough one here. Path to Exile really is a rough one, because I kind of feel like I won it, but giving my opponent a land is just such a big deal. This is one of the matchups where like Upgrade or Dismember are just considerably better than Path. And it's also one of those matchups where Silence is very good and much better than Spell Pierce. So we're getting punished here by our changes. Just do one of Path. Nah, there's no way I want more. At least 2 Path. Trinket Mage seems a little bit slow. Yeah, I guess we'll simply just draw perfects and just take it from there, you know. I guess I keep this. It's a little bit of an awkward draw though. A little bit of an awkward draw. So next turn we Amulet and Scout. It's kind of shitty that we're showing my opponent. Yeah, I drew the Bojuki block. Here it is. Are we gonna get Blood Moon here? Okay. Do I play the Amulet? I think I do, right? Not because I care about the Amulet itself, but because there is some, like, disruption potential, as in my opponent might, like, disrupt themselves in order to deal with this Amulet, meaning next turn they will, like, upgrade my Amulet instead of my Scout, when the Scout is the real prize here. Oh. Bogoradwi, yeah, when... Yeah, my opponent just like made me go through the whole thing. It is long, usually. And again, I kind of would like I could have done it even easier, but I didn't want to show my opponent multiple Celestial Sanctuaries, so maybe they suspect that I'm on a white version or something like that, and I wanted to basically hide information, so I was pretty careful about which cards I was showing them. Well, when my opponent wonders whether they are tapped out and they should, you know, let this Scout resolve, I wanted to thank everybody for hanging out today. If you haven't hit that follow button, make sure you do that. It's free and you can get notified whenever I go live. You can check the stream. We stream mostly Amulet here. I love this deck. This is what I love doing the most while playing Magic, so I play it often and very regularly. If you want to also help support the stream, you can subscribe to the channel and you can get this awesome primetime emote that you see over here. If you want to watch previous streams like the one that you're watching right now, but there's like a massive archive of videos. I have no idea how many I have so far, but I definitely have a lot of videos already, and you can find them over there in that my YouTube channel. If you want to follow me on social media, in Twitter, I always post whenever I'm going live and all of that fun stuff, so you can check that out there as well. And nice. And while we transmute in order to kill my opponent because we top the Gasusa like real pros, I will share as well the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, you can do that with that link over there. And finally, you can donate to the channel. All the donations go to support the stream, and you know, it helps me keep providing content for all of you guys to watch. So if you want to support the stream, that's a great way to do it. What do we do here? I think I want to play out the Tolaria and play out the Simic Growth and use this turn to transmute for Green Pact. Summoner's Pact. We have a Pact of Negation backup, and we still get to cast Titan next turn if my opponent doesn't. Pyretic Ritual. Okay. Grape Shot. Resolves. That's I guess it's fine because I can just like play this out right now. Yeah, this is just fine, and I still have access to Pact of Negation backup. Yeah. So Bujuki Bog. Whoops, this doesn't matter actually. It's fine. Okay. Oh, they knew about the pact. If they knew about the pact, why did they do that? All right, I'll take it. Always feels great to beat Storm. I consider this to be not a great matchup, so when we get to beat it 2-0, it always feels real nice. Always feels real nice. Actually, if you guys will hang in there for a minute, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Play league match. Yeah. It really shows, right? Those are the kind of things that really show up, and it's the difference between people that have played against Amulet before or that know how the matchup plays out versus people who, you know, it's the first time they are playing the matchup, or they've only played it a couple of times, and maybe like in one of those times they just got blown out by the combo, you know, and they got killed on turn 2 or 3, and they're just like going nuts, and they're like, oh, Azusa was the one that killed me that time, so killing Azusa is like, I need to use all of my resources to kill Azusa, you know. And it's just like, sure. I'll take it, I got my value, I'm just gonna kill you with something else that you probably should have, you know, tried to stop instead of using your resources to kill Azusa. But well, it's one of the perks of playing a deck that is AKA, you know, that's complicated, quote unquote. But well, it's kind of like what I consider to be like the negative side effect of like actually writing the primer that I'm writing. It's like a lot of people were actually they actually will like know how the deck works better and are gonna get me more, but it's fine. I like teaching people. This hand is probably a mulligan right here. We're missing like Amulet, lands, and also a Titan. If either of these were a Titan or an Amulet, I would keep it. But this is like a lot of ramp and nothing to do with it. No, I'm teaching this. Does anyone else find it weird that they put almonds in pistachio ice cream? I'm honestly not the biggest fan of pistachio ice cream, so I am not really one to talk. This hand, okay, so we get to Amulet on 1, we have some interaction against graveyard decks. We have all the lands that we need, our mana is basically perfect. Yeah, okay. Keep this. Definitely bottom that one. I love that it marks that it's no mana. I love that it marks that it's no mana. But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't think I would complain because I love almonds. So if they put almonds in pistachio ice cream, I'm game. Uh-oh, what is this? Ugh. Stupid Hollow One deck. Hate stupid Hollow One deck. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna play out the Tolaria West here. This protects it from a Burning Inquiry, and this is my threat right now, right? So I don't want this to get Inquiry away. And I still get to transmute next turn, so that's not an issue. Okay, so we're just playing against black-red, some classic black-red Hollow One action. I'm gonna miss Obstinate Baloth in this matchup. Baloth is very, very nice in this matchup. Damn, my opponent's not afraid. Okay. Let's find the second amulet here, actually. Semi-growth. Never lucky. Never lucky. I'm actually pretty interested in bugging this away. I don't want a Gurmagangler to like show up next turn. So I'm going to take a turn off to bog my opponent's graveyard. Faithless looting. Okay. Bloodghasts. Yeah, honestly, I've been just so focused working on the white list. I kind of really like this list, and I want to make it good, and I don't think it's good yet. Well, there it goes. At least we kept up our blue sources. I think we might be dead next turn though. I think we are literally dobs here. Flameblade Adept is a pretty absurd card. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Can we do anything to stop this? We can transmute for Kalni, but then we cannot play it. We're 1 mana short from playing Azusa. Yeah, I don't think we can win. We're 1 mana short from playing Explosives on 1 and blowing it up, but we are still dying to the Bloodghasts. Yeah, we are dead. Okay, next game. I want Explosives, I want Sage, I want Paths. Don't want Ballista, don't want Pact of Negation, don't want Cavernous Souls, don't want Ghost Quarter. Take 1 Trinket Mage out. Probably take 1 Explosives out actually. Explosives is mostly to kill Flameblade Adept. And what else? I like the mages. Maybe the ranger we can take out. I probably want the ranger on the... Nah, this is fine. Because we're gonna probably hold paths and stuff. But yeah, Hollow One loves to destroy me. Sure. I think I'm going to preemptively play Explosives on 1. I can't crack it on 2, so I think it's better for me to just like hold up path. That's fine. Okay. I think I need to path right here because I don't want to take damage from this, and I want to play one of these bounce lands on my next turn. Don't tell me they have Blood Moon. Solid. Looting is fine. Crap. Alright. We're going to... Damn it! How do I block this person? Banuser. There we go. Alright, here we go. Bring it on, Hollow One. What do you got? Are you going to grudge my amulet? People love grudging my amulets. Tassie? Tassie and Empty Boy? And second Empty Boy? Okay. Pop Culture NH, thank you for the follow. France, it's actually Deck. There you go. I think we made some changes though, I'm not sure. Okay, so do I path here on end of turn? Do I path on end of turn? Or do I untap? Am I gonna need all of my mana? There's no way that I can make it to Hollow 1 for... I'm going to Explosives for 5, I mean. But I can draw Rex Sage, I think. I did bring in Rex Sage, right? Yeah. So if I draw Rex Sage, I'm still fine. Okay. Nice. So we do this. We Azusa. We play Canopy. And I guess I don't want to take damage. Or do I cantrip here? No, I don't think I want to cantrip. I'm just going to path the Tassiger. And then if we manage to untap, we win the game. Seems good. Awkward. Every time. Every single freaking time. Every single freaking time. I think it's worth it for me not to block here. I know I take 10 down to 8. But I'm not dead. If I manage... Okay, so they just have a land. Cool. So I can... If I top deck a Titan here, I have lethal. Yeah, that's not horrendous. I'm gonna try to stare into... I was gonna say try to stare into Tolaria West, but... So I'm going to get... Do I find Second Amulet here? Second Amulet allows me to cantrip, but Colony Garden allows me to chomp. I can still chomp though. I have not made any land drops yet. This is a rough one. I think I want to get Colony Garden here. But if they do kill my Azusa, then getting Amulet is better. Okay, so I'm gonna get the Amulet. So we're gonna cycle Canopy. Try to find the guy. We don't find the guy. So now if my opponent does find Ancient Grudge, we're actually in trouble here. Rex Sage, that. And now hope. So we just need to dodge, basically. Okay, so they're going for lethal. I think I simply chomp here. And now even if my opponent has a bolt, I go to 4 and I don't die. What's up, Trey? How you doing, man? Okay, so Titan of the top wins, Tolaria of the top wins, Semicross Chamber of the top loses. Yeah, I'm just dead on board. Yeah, if I had gotten Colony Garden, I could have bought one more turn, but without Colony, I cannot. So we're just dead here. Always, always. Every single time. Ugh. I try to go for the kill instead of... I try to go for the win instead of the not lose play, and I got punished. Still only 1 hour into my amulet video so far. It's a long one, man. It's a long one. You need to make sure that you are, you have made some time. This is a reasonable keep. And Canopy also makes this hand better, which is cool. It's not really that slow. Horizon Canopy mirror match. Let's see what we draw. We want to see a Titan. We want to see a Pact of Negation. It's not great. I definitely want to stare on one. Try to find an amulet, maybe. I think I want to find Amulet because if I'm playing against humans and my opponent has turn 2 meddling mage or turn 2 freebooter, then I'd rather them take the Amulet than them take my only explosives in game 1. Okay, so I'm against spirits. Cool. Alright, so steerings first. Yikes. Yeah, yeah. I mean, take your time, dude. It's very important for you to like really learn the basics and just practice. You need to make sure that you have your no blue mana, sweet, so I don't need to play around Queller. So that it's very important for you to have your basic interactions very clear, because those are the ones that will punish you more often than not if you like miss your sequence there. And then with more time and more practice you will slowly figure out all the fine line, basically all the more tight plays, all the little tricks and stuff like that. So you definitely want to make sure you take your great mana. I mean, Aether Vial is sticking up though. So I'm just going to, make sure that I can pact something if needed, Whew, they're cycling Canopy. Wow, that's awesome for me. Now I don't need to worry about Queller for yet another turn. Sweet. I could use the engineered explosives right about now. Oof! Can you imagine if I find that explosives? Oh my. Oh my. Not the biggest fan of that art. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. So Titan, please. Not quite Titan. Alright, so we're gonna cantrip here. Get more info. Trinket Mage. Damn it. Ugh. We're gonna do this on Giant. think I do anyway, right? Nah, I'm gonna get... No, I'm gonna get explosives. I could also get Ballista. Ballista is just too slow at this point, though. I'm trying to think what happens if my opponent does, like... Yeah, I guess I'm gonna get Ballista. Explosives on 1 would have also been a solid choice, but I think Ballista on 6 is better unless my opponent has exactly Captain into Phantasmal Image. Paradox Chains is also a little bit annoying, not gonna lie. And I messed it up actually since I decided to go for the Ballista instead of explosives. I should have played the amulet on my second main. That was definitely a mistake. 100% a mistake. Huh, if they Coco here, do I pact it? Oh, they just have double Drog Skull. Can I beat double Drog Skull? Yeah, Titan beats double Drog Skull, so this is fine. So now I wish I had gotten explosives, of course. Let's find the Titan, please. Pretty please. Let's find the Titan, please. Okay, just gonna make a really big Ballista. That's all that's up. And hope this very big Ballista is good enough. I mean, I'm not really playing around Reflector Mage, right? This is just better than Reflector Mage. I'm more afraid of second Drog Skull. That would be a problem. Second Drog Skull would definitely be a problem. No need to play around any counter magic. 8, 9, 10. Just your casual Ballista for 10. Do I do this main or do I do this upkeep? I think I do this main phase. This is the easy part because I don't want to give them access to mana, to company mana and spell queller mana. Oh no, but no, I think I want to do this right now. Kill this. And kill this. And kill this. So I guess getting Ballista was pretty good. So I guess maybe getting that Ballista was the correct play. Now they don't have white mana for path. Sweet. Alright. Sick. Alright, Hornet Queen is excellent. Explosives also excellent. Rex Age is good for Damp Sphere and their dudes. Basically gets everything. This out, Bog out. Kalni probably out. Ranger probably. Oh no, actually Ranger's fine. One Azusa can come out. One Summoner's Pact because we brought in the Hornet Queen. Well, Trinket Mage was insane that game. Good to note. Take out one Steerings. We probably do want the amulet. Do we? Yeah, we probably do. Take out one Titan and another Steerings maybe. Nah. What can we trim? I definitely want all 4 paths. What can we trim? Just trim a Trinket Mage. I'm still not very used to sideboarding with this list. Rex Age is like worst case scenario. It first of all, I do think that Spirits often does run Sphere, and second of all, Rex Age blows up an Nether Vial in a pinch, so that's like something, I guess. So here we have Vesuva can copy their Temple Garden, so I think this is a fine keep, or either their Temple Garden or their blue one. Can't remember the name of the blue one. Hallowed Fountain. And that will give us access to, please get a Temple Garden. Breeding Pool. Do I like Breeding Pool anyway? I feel like I'm going to just play a Tolarian Pass. It will help me in my sequencing decisions, and I'm pretty sure that I want to have access to white mana because of the texture of my hand. This is bad if I draw exactly a bounce land. If I draw exactly a bounce land, then I for sure would have wanted to like give myself the chance to play Azusa on 2, but okay, I think this delays the decision even further. So I'm gonna name Shaman here because Shaman casts Rex Sage. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna play Amulet. There's no need for me to kill this right now, and it still gives me more time before I make my decision on what I want to copy with Vesuva. So we're gonna path here. Does run worship though? Yeah, I'm not really afraid of worship with 3 explosives in the deck. I'm not really afraid of worship. Okay. This kind of sucks. This kind of really sucks. So I think I want to path this in response. The reason for... Oh no, never mind. That opens me up to Spell Queller. Never mind. I was gonna say that if they image this Supreme Phantom, that's bad for me, but actually I can just like target the image with the path and it's fine. Anafensa Keen Tree Spirit. I mean, that's a spirit, right? Whoa. Okay, so I'm gonna path this right now. This is in response to the Ether Vial trigger, so if they wanna quell this, they need to like actually hard cast the Queller and use their mana. Yeah, but I don't care about Azusa, right? I have my ramp already taken care of. What I care about is finding a bounce land so I can Hornet Queen, or find a bounce land so I can Hornet Queen, or finding a White Sword so I can path. Those are the two things that I feel like I want to be taken care of. Alright, got me. I am really wondering why my opponent is playing this card. Something? Does not really qualify as something. I'll play it out though. Maybe Beta Queller? Maybe Beta Unified Will? That would be awesome. Sure. Only one card left in hand. So this is gonna be a 2/2 and another 2/2. I don't really care about this amulet. This amulet is basically only good if I find... I guess I do care about that amulet. It feels like it's one of my few outs if I happen to draw Simic Growth Chamber. And hopefully this baits out a Unified Will, because that would be great. Okay. My opponent gets more mana. I'm gonna cast this. Sweet. So now Simic Growth Chamber I think wins the game, because I can actually hardcast this Hornet Queen, which should be gas. And I can make it uncounterable too while at it. Yeah, we got 2 more looks. We have 2 more looks. Rattle Chains resolves. Rattle Chains resolves. And if this attack is not lethal, which I don't think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I'm gonna take this 6 right here. And bounce land? Not quite. And the bounce land. Right here. Sick. What is the best way to go about this? I don't need to play around Unified Will, so that part is great. I kind of do need to play around Spell Queller. I do need to play around Spell Queller. So I think I'm simply going to do this first. My opponent doesn't have any blue mana up, so I don't need to worry about that. And I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gonna bounce Simic Growth. Hornet Queen to stabilize. Even if they have Phantasmal Image, I don't care. Actually, if they have a Phantasmal Image with this and a Fensign play, that might be a little bit troublesome. I guess it would just like grow all of their tokens. Okay. That's fine. Okay, cool. Okay, so we stabilize with the queen. Something end of turn? Yeah. Hopefully this is like a spell queller or... Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. No, you can't really queller the 7-drop, and it's nice because my opponent played out the queller, and now this Tolaria West, it's going to be to get turned into a Titan next turn. Because I'm not gonna play around the 3rd queller. If they have the 3rd queller, they have the 3rd queller, but I think like I'm a little bit behind, so I can't really play around all that stuff. They use their canopy already. Path to Exile resolves. Great. Awesome. Thank you for that one. And now what? We still get to block their whole army. Okay. Block here, block here, block here, and block here. Also, the great part about this is now Unified Will doesn't do anything. Okay, my opponent's dead. Sweet. Well, this game was sweet. Whoever was thinking for a second that Hornet Queen was not great anymore, they'd better rethink some things. Also, like, why did my opponent path the Hornet Queen? I have no idea. I really appreciate it though, but that was not a great play from them. Not a great play. I think, not because I was the one making the moves, right? But I think that this game, I think, was played beautifully on our side, and it was played not so greatly on my opponent's side. Maybe again they are not familiar with the deck, which is, you know, again one of the pros of playing a strategy like this. But I think that I'm not sure my opponent's hand was great, first of all, and second of all, I don't think they maximize their plays anyway. We can multiple Titan here if we want to. I don't think we need to because my opponent has 0 cards in hand. So we can just kill them here. Seems more efficient. But we can definitely multiple Titan here. Actually, the Stronghold is in play. Does that mess things up? Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Screw it. Yep. I don't want to miss on some meme value right here. So we're definitely gonna Squadron Titan. So if you may, let me get some hype in chat over here, over our squadron. Nature's calling, opponent. Nature is calling. You'd better run. You'd better run. Um, Old Amsterdam '08. I actually have two separate YouTube accounts. One of them has all my music stuff. The other one has all my magic stuff. So if you go to FPaulus MTG, you will find all my magic stuff. If you just search up for FPaulus without the MTG, that's all my music stuff. Although I think I actually rebranded that one with... Oh, I already used my Vesuba. Oh, this is fine though because we have Scout. Phew. We're still fine. But that was a close call. Almost messed that one up. That would have been very, very sad. Okay, so float here, haste. Float here. No need to float over here. And we're gonna bounce this. And we're gonna bounce this, sure. And now we're gonna use Scout to flash in the Stronghold, and then we're gonna haste both. Sweet. It's been rough. It's been rough lately with the with the White Amulet, and it's pretty weird because, again, whenever I'm playing and I'm off stream, the deck just like works so much better. But today we got really wrecked. Fortunately, we were able to like secure that 3-2, but that was still pretty bad. However, again, I will keep moving these numbers around. Maybe Graham in the Discord is correct, and Stony Silence is simply not worth a slot. It seems weird though. It seems very weird. I feel like I would want to have access to Stony Silence. Path, as you guys saw today, Path is amazing. Path really is the best card in the sideboard, bar none. I think this card is incredible in Amulet, and I think it took us way too long to figure that out. But this card truly is amazing. So just even if it requires like making your mana base, I don't even want to say slightly worse. It's just making your mana base a little bit different. Even if it requires that, I think that Path is just excellent in the current metagame. We also didn't play against all the decks that I was, expecting to face. We didn't play against any shadow decks. We didn't play against any John style decks. We didn't play against control today. We just played against Mardu. We played against the URw Phoenix deck that's destroyed the Zoolander. So it's hella greedy, but what about Settled Wreckage? I don't think... I personally don't love the fact that Settle the Wreckage, it's very limiting. A card like Settle the Wreckage is very limiting because you can only play it on your opponent's attack, which means that you need to like not use your mana during your turn, and then you need for your opponent to basically like not play around it and just like basically fall into your trap. So that's very sketchy in my opinion. I feel like if I were to play any kind of actual sweeper, I would rather just play good old Wrath. This is what I would play. That's such a shiny Wrath. That's awful. Ugh. Ugh. Awful. Okay, because of I have bad Wrath art, I would play this instead. Much cleaner. Yeah, there we go. No, I would play Wrath because of Elves. Elves is, I think, literally the only deck that cares about regeneration, because of Isuri. But Settle seems just too weird. Basically, it forces. I mean, we're not a control deck. If we don't use mana on our opponent's turn, then that 4 mana, like if our opponent just attacks, if they play around it, like they basically time walk us. Because those 4 mana are gonna go on not non-spent, unspent. There you go. Those 4 mana is just gonna go unspent, and you know that's usually not something we can really afford. So you know, if you wanna destroy your opponent's board, then you know you might as well just pay 4 mana, just wrath it, and that's it. Also, Settle is very very bad in the face of Meddling Mage and cards like Steel Overseer out of Affinity or Hardened Scales. Those kind of creatures that, you know, they get, even Bob, those kind of creatures that don't really need to attack in order to get value. Those kind of creatures really laugh in the face of Settled Wreckage, and you know, I'm not very thrilled about, you know, getting destroyed by those creatures. Well, you know, while holding up my wrath that doesn't really do anything, you know. So those are my only concerns, and why I don't think I would play Settle. I think if I were to play a 4 mana wrath, I would just play actual literal wrath. But yeah, so probably next stream I will try something like maybe no Stony Silences, and instead of this play something like, I don't know, Rest in Peace, going back to Rip. Just Rip seems so much more relevant than Stony Silence. It's only not really relevant if we get paired against, because even like Lantern used to get completely destroyed by Stony Silence, but even nobody plays Lantern nowadays, and people who do, they play Salt Stacks instead. And Stony Silence is like, it's not great against Salt Stacks, and for our deck specifically, it's actually bad because Tyler Striker is one of our best cards against Salt Stacks. So Stony Silence, you know, Tracker is not a combo. I don't know if you guys are aware, but you know, clues are artifacts. So with Stony in play, you really cannot crack clues, and that is actually, you know, very detrimental for us. Also, another insane card in that matchup is Engineered Explosives, which also gets destroyed by Stony Silence. Maybe Ramming App can find its way back into the list. Maybe something like this. Maybe something like this. Also, because of Tormod script, it's not, you know, really that bad if we only play one of Rest in Peace, because you know, this is just a card that is, you know, if we draw it, awesome, you know, it's gonna wreck our opponents. But if we don't draw it, we still have access to Tormod script that we can transmute for, or Trinket Mage for, so it becomes better. You mean this? To be fair, Negate has been okay. And I think that after you have how do I say this? The first Spell Pierce is awesome if you draw it early. The third Spell Pierce is never awesome. Whether you draw it early or you draw it in the very late game, the third Spell Pierce is never awesome. So having access to you know, two spell pierces, one negate might be nice. But yeah, this is probably what I'm gonna be testing out on the following stream. That might be tomorrow. I'm not so sure yet. It depends on, you know, what plans my wife has and whatnot. But if I manage to like sneak in a stream, I think I'm going to be playing this. Again, what I'm trying to do here, and what I've been trying to do for the past 2 weeks, is I think this list is very, very good. I think, let me rephrase. I think this shell is very, very good. I think Amulet with this white splash is great. I think it is very good, because the strength of Path to Exile, you know, we saw it We saw it on this league. Like every time we drew a Path to Exile, it was incredible. Every time we drew a Path to Exile, if I'm not mistaken, every time we drew Path to Exile, we won the game. I'm not sure if that's exactly what happens, but I think that is exactly what happened today. So I think I definitely want the full placeholder path in the sideboard. I think this is a must. And then everything else is up in the air. And that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I'm pretty sure that I will be playing at GPLA, which will be like the first March 1st this year. And I am pretty confident that I will be playing Amulet, you know, no questions there, but I'm pretty confident that I will be playing this version of Amulet with the white splash. So I definitely want to make sure that I get to the best possible combination, of cards that I can possibly find. And maybe this is the way to go, maybe this is not the way to go. The 3-ticket mage, it was good. Like, we never drew the 3 of them, and one game we drew only 2 of them, and it was actually awesome that we drew 2 of them, because one of them got a second amulet, and the other one, I think it got an explosives or a ballista. I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was one match where we drew 2 of them, and it was excellent. So maybe 3-ticket mage is just fine. Viembo, you know, that is a consideration. The thing is that, to be honest with you, the more I play with Trinket Mage, the more that I realize that the card is never bad. If you know what I mean. Like, there are some situations where it's great, like it was against, like, that game 1 against Spirits. Like, Trinket Mage just won the game right there, right? There are some situations when it's excellent, when it's just plain awesome. There are some situations when it's like so and so. But there's never situations when you're like, ugh, look at this Trinket Mage in my hand. The only situations when that happens, it's because you can't cast it. And in those situations, if you were able to cast it, because you have like one of your blue sources, counting Cavern, of course, if you find yourself in a situation where you're able to cast it, it's usually great. So that's why I'm not very, you know, I think I want to keep testing 3-ticket mage, mostly because it was great. And I don't think that, basically the only reason why I would move the second explosive to the main is to make space for an extra sideboard slot, you know. Yeah. Second explosive is a very reasonable consideration for the main deck, but you know, Trinket Mage kind of is it's kind of like a slower engineered explosives, basically, right? It's like a Amulet, Ballista, Explosive split card. That's what Trinket Mage is. And when you want explosives, you just go get explosives. This only comes up in situations where you're playing like something against Boggles or something like that, and you have already used one of your explosives. So having access to an actual second copy is relevant. But that only happens in game once. And then there are matches when you are like, you know, if you are playing against Strong, right? Let's say you're getting against Strong on game 1, and you find one of your explosives that would have been a Trinket Mage instead, you're gonna be very sad, because this Trinket Mage could have gotten an amulet that would have given you a potential kill. Whereas this Engineered Explosive is sitting in your hands doing absolutely nothing. Post-board, I see a way higher, you know, argument for wanting a second explosives over a Trinket Mage. So if I need to cut, like, you know, I'm sideboarding like against Boggles or whatever, I need to cut like a 61st card, then it probably is Trinket Mage, because I'd rather have access to, you know, literal 3 explosives over the third Trinket Mage. So you see the difference? I feel like game 1, having access to Trinket Mage is better than having access to the extra copy of explosives, and I think that post-board the extra copy of explosives becomes better than the actual copy of Trinket Mage in the matchups where you want the explosives instead of the Trinket Mage, if that makes sense. When you get to also get to kill their bigger threats with E, depends on what these are. Exactly. So those are my thoughts, you know. Though that is, you know, after playing with Trinket Mage, the more I play with it, the more I realize, yeah, we really did oversee this card for a really long time. I know that it came out with, you know, as soon as Summer Bloom got banned, the early versions of Amulet would play Trinket Mage. And this was because we were playing Summer Bloom, but you know, Trinket Mage doesn't really go very well with Lotus Bloom, not Summer Bloom, of course. Trinket Mage doesn't really go very well with Lotus Bloom because that means that you are going to have access to 3 mana like 3 turns from now. That's way too slow. So, but since the printing of Ballista, we never really came back to Trinket Mage. There you go, Inquisitor Jesus. That's the link right there. So I think that was the turning point, in my opinion. In early iterations of the deck, we didn't really have access to Ballista, right? So Trinket Mage was only either an amulet or an explosives and nothing else. That was it, you know. But since the printing of Ballista, now when you want a threat, Trinket Mage can actually give you a sizable threat, like it did in today's match against Spirits. So I think this was just like a card that had been tested in the past and it was meh, and now that Walking Ballista was printed, then this card just got a whole lot better. And I think that this is the way to play Amulet right now. You can not play Ranger if you don't want to. You can play Explorers instead, but I think you should be playing Trinket Mage because I think Trinket Mage really is is pretty excellent. Related, what's better for you, donations or subscriptions? I assume you get more money from donations, but are the mixes of something important? Bogoradwi, I honestly have no idea. The only thing that I noticed is that in terms of donations, I get more money if you make like one big donation versus if you make several small donations, because the percentage that whoever, I guess, PayPal or whatever, the percentage that they keep is like different, I guess, and it's a higher percentage for smaller donations. Whereas for larger donations, it's actually smaller. They keep a smaller percentage, so I get more money. So that part I do know. In terms of subbing versus donating, I get more money with the donations, but if we are trying to make it so, you know, in order to grow the channel, so speaking long term, a donation is better for me, basically. Because we're going to be able to grow the channel. If I ever get to partner, which would be like the next milestone, if I ever make it to partner, I need like 60 something subscribers, I think. And if I get there, we're going to get extra emotes and it's going to be great. But in order for that, so I would say if you're going to donate $5 or less, it's better to subscribe. If you're going to donate like, you know, $10 or more, it's better to donate. That's the long explanation. And by the way, I really appreciate it, Bogoradwi. Thank you. Yeah. So, what do you guys think? Do you want me to run another league? I feel like we have a lot of viewers right now, and I want to, you know, I still can do it. I'm just not sure I'm gonna be able to. I'm not gonna be able to make. I probably won't finish the league, basically. So would you guys prefer to see like 2 or 3 matches of a league, or would you rather me just play some, you know, like 2-mans or whatever? We can even play another list. We can play And we can play like some other decks. I'm a big fan of this deck, for example. So we can run something like that, like some Shadow, Partial League. Oh, thank you, Bogradwi. Yeah, thank you. 5-color Amulet Challenge. Well, we already did the meme stream, right? We already made the meme stream. Okay, so we're gonna do Partial League then. Partial League, but yeah, sorry if we're only gonna go for like 2 or 3 matches or something. Man, it's getting chilly in here. Alright, there we go. Inquisitor Jesus, thank you very much for that subscription. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Let's update that sub counter. We got our first sub of the day. Alright. Do we keep this? What do you guys think? So this is potentially a turn 5 Titan at the earliest. Turn 5 Titan at the earliest with Pact of Negation backup. But we're on the draw and we're playing Modern, so maybe we mulligan. This one I think I can actually keep. Nice. This basically speeds me up 1 full turn, which is nice. We're playing against humans. Playing against humans. Okay, so they have the nut draw. Good for them. Good for them having the nut draw. Okay. So I'm gonna get explosives, I think, here. Oh, thank you, Inquisitor Jesus. Thanks for the subscription. Thank you for the support. So if we top deck exactly as Usa, then having access to second amulet is better. But I think having access to explosives is gonna be better in the long run, basically. I still don't know what I'm gonna play these explosives on. I'm not even sure which turn I'm gonna play these explosives out. I kinda wanna play it sooner rather than later because of Meddling Mage. Azusa would be an insane draw. I think Azusa would be the best draw right now. Because if I draw Azusa, I can lay her out and then Ballista for 2. Ugh, is this gonna be... Oh, Lieutenant. Oh, Lieutenant's fine. I guess, I mean, it's not really great for me, but it's like, could have been much worse. Huh. So here I can Ballista on 2, kill the Lieutenant before it gets out of control. But that means that I don't develop my mana. And I think I'm more interested in playing out this Scout here. I kind of feel like I don't want to play this Ballista yet. And I'm trying to save this to play for 3 in case I need to blow up the Mantis Rider, which might be a very reasonable play in the upcoming turns. So I'm gonna leave the Trinket Mage back to block. I can block the Lieutenant. Hopefully they crack Canopy here. One, two, three. Next turn I can Ballista on 3. Or Explosives on 3 and blow it. Depending on what's better. Unfortunately, I have like I basically mulled to 5 because I drew this stupid Pact of Negation. It's just so bad in this matchup. Truly is awful. Oh, a Bugler. Yeah. Bugler's fine. Bogoradwi, thank you very much for that subscription. Thank you for the support. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold, my friend. Alright. Second subscriber of the day. Thank you. Okay, let's see what they find off of this stupid guy. Yuck. Yuck. Big yikes. Massive yikes. Massive yikes. That means that this Ballista is basically going to be killing this freebooter. That's basically what that means. And I think I simply chump here. Merry Christmas to you too, Bogaradwi, thank you. Because if I find the prime time, I'm actually interested in... Ooh, no attacks? Yeah, don't attack. No, I'm gonna blow you out if you attack, so you'd better not attack. Alright. Cool. Alright, it's not the most awful draw I've ever seen. So now this Ballista comes out for 5. And now I can pay for Pact of Negation in upkeep as long as this guy doesn't die. So we Mad Robot, we 0-3 dropped, and then we 3 and 2. So now we have Ballista on 5. What is the best use of this Ballista? Probably to pass. For now. Probably to just pass here. Maybe they're flooded. Oh, the sub perks are extraordinary. The sub perks truly are extraordinary. Okay, so depending on what they bounce here, it's how I'm going to activate this. So, okay. So they target here. So I think I'm going to kill the freebooter and the lieutenant. This will allow me to play explosives on 3 next turn. Unless they have another freebooter, which is possible. Pink here. We're also gonna kill the lieutenant. Because this ballista is effectively dead at this point, right? I'm not gonna be able to play it for next turn, and the following turn I'm gonna be dead by then, so might as well get my value. If they have a Reflector Mage, I die, but I'm dead to Reflector Mage anyway, so no use in playing around that. Oh, they simply have another Mantis Rider. Whoa, that's a flashback right there. So I can actually pay for this. So I can counter this. Chump. Upkeep, pay. Next turn 3. Yeah. I can survive this. Hanging by a thread. Hanging by a thread. Okay, I'm gonna take the force block because you know. Upkeep, we're gonna flash in semi-growth. One, boom, boom, bounce itself, pay for pact. Whew. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Yikes. This stupid noble hierarchy is gonna kill me. Alright, so we're going for the big place then. We're going for the big place. Okay. Still not dead. Hashtag still not dead. Boom. 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 Bounce this. Transmute. Pact. We're gonna pact for Azusa. Cast Azusa. We're gonna play 1 land. Malcontents. Float. And leave this on tap. Play our 2nd land. Semi-growth. And now we're going to bounce Sanctuary. Playing explosives for 3. And then pass the turn. Now, Azusa is going to chump the Hierarch. Then we're going to blow up the explosives. Oh, this game is great. Oh, I'm loving this game. I'm loving this game. We're hanging by a thread. We're hanging by a thread, but we're still not dead. Still not dead. This is so ridiculous. So on my upkeep, I will pay for Pact, which I have enough for. We're gonna pay for Pact. The question is if my opponent attacks just with the Noble Hierarch? Yeah. What do I do now? I think I just chump and I don't crack this. I think I chump and just not crack this. Bugler into what? Bugler into champion? Okay. I think there's still no need for me to crack this. And if we draw a Titan, we win. Because by not cracking this, I am basically playing around my opponent, playing Mantis Rider, drawing Mantis Rider off the top. So give me a Titan. Ugh, bad. So we drew a second garrison. So how do we sequence now? We're definitely playing one of our lands, and we're leaving it untapped, so we can crack this at instant speed. And this guy will probably be chomping at this point. So Border Garrison will need to be... I guess we can leave this in hand. Yeah, okay. Okay. We're buying yet another turn this turn, unless my opponent draws Athalia's Lieutenant. If they draw Lieutenant, I'm dead. They top the gate, exactly, Lieutenant. Well, we fought hard. We really fought hard. We really fought hard. Okay, so path, explosives, Queen, Rex Sage. Bye bye Pact of Negation, bye bye Bujuku Bog, bye bye Ghost Quarter actually. Yeah. Bye bye one Summoner's Pact, one Prime Time. Maybe one Trinket Mage can come out. One Susa. And probably one Steerings. No, Steerings. I mean, Steerings is awful if my opponent has Thalia, but it's pretty good otherwise. Yeah, one Steerings. Okay. Here we go. Man, what a crazy game that was. What a crazy game. Yeah, keep. So my opponent would need to, like, on the blind, randomly name explosives on this coming turn. So I'm not gonna play around that. There's the Noble Hierarch. That's fine. Yeah, I wanna... So I kind of get blown out here by Damping Sphere. That's probably okay though. Opponent can't even cast Damping Sphere. That's hilarious. Please play like champion into something else. Oh, they just have the nut draw again. Damn. Opponent's really good. My opponent is really good. That's a solid draw. Susa, Simic Growth, Bounce Thicket, Replay Thicket, I guess. So now if they on the blind name explosives with Meddling Mage, I get pretty wrecked. Alternatively they could have double Freebooter. That would also be pretty bad. There's a Meddling Mage. That guy's fine. Unless they have a second one. If they have a second one, then it's not so fine anymore. Mad Robot, we've been making some changes too. I will maybe after this match I can upload the new list. Okay, so this is a big boy Mantis Rider. Big Mantis Rider is big. So now we transmute for Pact. We're gonna play explosives on 2. And then we're gonna play Forest, Mine, and this Vesuva is gonna copy the race service ticket. Okay. So now we got explosives on 2 to blow up my opponent's meddling mages and whatnot, and we have either Hornet Queen or Titan for next turn, depending on how out of hand these Mantis Riders gets. So we get the option basically. We get the option of whether we want to. Holy crap. Alright. Jesus. So we get a free block here. And then we crack this. Down to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What if we explosives on 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one mana short. So we are. So we can explosives on 3, but then we get blown out by. We get blown out by either Freebooter or another meddling mage. So I think that Pacting for Queen is going to be the way to go here. My opponent did show me malcontents, so if they have, I doubt they're playing more than one of those. But if they top deck exactly their malcontents, then I'm going to be very sad, because I could have played around the malcontents by playing explosives on 3. Hopefully they are flooded. Hopefully they are very, very flooded over there. Sure, that does literally nothing on this board. They have the malcontents. Alright. Well, I'm pretty sure this is a one-off in my opponent's deck, because there's no way they are playing more than one copy of this card, and they naturally draw it 2 out of 2 games. Not much we can do there. Yeah, I don't think we could beat that draw really. If I had drawn like top decked Amulet off the top on that very last turn, I think we would have gotten there. But the way things ended up working out, then okay. Okay. Let's try this again. Oh, and I was going to update. What did we update? So main deck is the same. We updated sideboard though. So we're gonna edit 2 explosives for 0 silence, 0 negate, 0 Sigarda, 0 Stony. Yeah. So we're doing Rest in Peace. Whoops. We got 1 Rest in Peace. We got Spell Pierce. We got 3 of those. We got Ramunap, Excavator. And we got Tireless Tracker. Okay, so this is the list we're currently playing with. Budakov again. Damn it. Why do we need to play against the Magic Online champion twice in the same day? And why is he not playing Boggles now? Now it's where we want him to be playing Boggles. Alright, give me... What do I want to see here? I want to see an amulet. Nice. Oh, actually we have Trinket Mage. So, do we want Teleria instead? Or Simic Growth? Actually, I kind of want Simic Growth here, so we can pay for Pact. So we're gonna play out Simic Growth and play out the Gemstone. Just pass the turn. Okay, so now we just need to draw a threat. We just need to draw a threat. It's gonna be a bolt? No. Search for tomorrow. Sweet. Never didn't have it. Alright. This is gonna be the Revenge Budakov. Amulet of Vigor. Cast Amulet. And... guess we just serve. Yeah, because this actually makes the pack, this Summoner's pack lethal. That's awesome. Is this an anger? I can't see. Oh, put this over here. Oh, this is anger. That's great. That is awesome. That little attack with the that little attack with the scout actually makes this Titan attack for lethal this turn. That's awesome. Yeah, Inquisitor Jesus, he was playing Mardu Pyromancer. Okay, so we're gonna do this 1, 2, 3. Then we're gonna play this one again. Bounce this. Then we're gonna play this one again, right? So green, green. We can definitely haste here. Yeah, so we can haste, but we cannot double strike. We're exactly 1 mana short from double striking here. Yeah, they concede because they know that maybe they didn't have lethal next turn. Okay. So now this is going to be one of the matchups where I'm going to really miss... I think somebody's knocking at my door. 1 second. No. How are you getting the triggers to happen so quick? I'm just very used to playing this deck. I just click everything really quickly. Pact of Negation is like one of the best cards in the matchup, and I'm gonna take out the explosives. This Reclamation Sage here is mostly to get to tag Damping Sphere. Sometimes they do have Prismatic Omen or some of that stuff, but that's not what that's there for. If they do happen to draw 2 Damping Sphere, then sure, they got it. But I definitely want the first Sage is definitely a fine card to have. Maybe it should be an Explosives though, because I have like more Trinket Mages, and the Pacts are probably more taxed than the mages themselves. I don't know. It's interesting, right? I don't know. Oh, I just noticed that MTG bot is telling me that my opponent was on URw Phoenix. That's funny. Keep. Okay. So here I'm going to place the scout because if my opponent spends their turn bolting this, I think I'm actually happy about that. The only... no, this is fine. This is definitely fine. So we're going to play out the amulet. Maybe they do have... maybe they do have Ancient Grudge, and if they do, this is now too late because I'm gonna get to ramp with Azusa. Yeah, they do have the Ancient Grudge. And if I had activated Scout instead of playing the land out, this is something that's very important that you should always try to figure this out. Because sometimes it's better for you to activate Scout before playing out your lands, and sometimes it's actually the exact opposite. In this scenario, if I activate the Scout before playing out my land naturally, my opponent gets to Grudge before my land hits play. So that's very, very relevant for you guys to be aware of. But now we are getting our Amulet trigger anyway, even if my opponent grudges my stuff. So it doesn't really... this basically, that was the proper sequencing because of that. Get my blue Manasses in play. And now let's just throw a Titan. If they anger me, it doesn't really matter. Whoa. I didn't bring in Tracker, right? No, Tracker's okay, so there's no value in holding my lands. So just play out all my stuff and leave. I'm not going to play around them having anger in their deck because it's a bad card this matchup. Also, if they do anger on my board, they don't really achieve much. The clock is real. Oh my god. Okay. So they kill these lands in response to the trigger? I think I do, right? I think I do kill them in response to the trigger. So if I draw Ramming up here, ooh. If I draw Ramming up here, then I get to, So we're gonna play out Ghost Squatter, play out Vesuva copying Ghost Squatter. And now, yeah, so they're going to get a trigger. There's no way for me to slice this. So I can't really like go off with this. So I will basically go Squatter this, and then with the mountain they fetch, they will kill my Ramming up. There's no way that I can get more value, which is unfortunate, but I mean we're gonna kill their last Valakut on the next turn, so we just need to survive one turn. That is definitely wrong. Like, what if I have a second Azusa in hand? They don't know about what my final card is, right? That is definitely wrong. Okay, HS Falathar, thank you for that follow. Appreciate it. Does he even have enough lands to Balakut me for enough? Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He kind of needs to be careful though. Okay, so he does have enough. So he's going face with all of this. Okay. Does he have more mountains? Is the question. He does not. How could I have 2 untapped ghost quarters? I could not have, because I killed the ghost quarter, right? I cannot like activate it and then like bounce it and replay it. There's no way that with my board state I could have had access to multiple ghost quarters. So here I just chomp, right? Because their cards just don't matter anymore. So I take 3 down to 2. Actually, I don't want to do this. Titan? Okay. Okay, we really need to like draw a Titan, a transmute land, anything like that, but we just didn't. Okay, so it's good to know that they have 7. They're playing 7 mountains in their list. Yeah, March V. Vesuva always comes into play tapped. Actually, if we had a top deck the Titan there, we literally just win that game. Trey, thank you for that follow. Appreciate it. What cards were you saying you were gonna miss when you cited? Did I say anything? No. No. I just think that in this matchup, for example, Negate is much better than Spell Pierce. No, the matchup is perfectly fine. I actually feel favored in this matchup, but we just drew way too many blanks. Just drew way too many blanks. Is this a keep? I think I'm going to keep this. Opponent mulligans to 6. Ah, do we keep that one on top? I was like kind of out of paladin and I almost kept that on top, but do we? What if my opponent has Ancient Grudge? Nah, I think we still need to keep this on top. We get blown out by Ancient Grudge, but so be it. How do we sequence lands? I think we play out Gemstone and pass. And next turn, I don't think I play out the amulet. I'm interested in seeing whether I manage to find Azusa or if I find Azusa or another bounce land, because that's gonna change my play. These are the two, you know, end game plays. These are the two we want. It's not awful. I mean, it's kind of awful, but okay. So now I'm gonna play this out because it allows if I top deck Azusa or a Pact, I can actually Titan here. And here we basically pierce anything. You need to very aggressively use your spell pierces in this matchup, because then your opponent ramps and then you die and then you top deck the Azusa and everything is great. Because I pierce that Explorer, now we might actually win. I don't want to die to... I want to leave all my green sources simply because I don't want to die to a Damping Sphere. So definitely want to try to play around that if I can. Slayer Stronghold. Got there. Got there. Alright, sweet. We got Budakov. So that clearly makes me better than the Magic Online champion, right? That's how it works. That's how it works. Yeah, usually Scapeshift it's a positive matchup, but sometimes, I mean, we only lost that game because, well, we drew like crap, but that was pretty sweet. That was an okay. So we're 1-1, and that's all I'm gonna have for today. I need to go to a friend's house for like a meeting, and my wife just came back. So this is gonna be it for me. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate your subscriptions today. I appreciate all of your follows. I will be back soon. I honestly, like, with all the holidays and everything, I have no idea when I will be back. Hopefully it will be tomorrow. But you should follow me on Twitter, because I always post in Twitter whenever I go live, and you can check it out right there. Stay tuned, and I will let everybody know. Also, I post when I'm going live on the Discord, which you can find right there. You can join it. You can join and talk all things Amulet with a bunch of people who also love this deck with a passion, just like us. If you want to check out this stream and all the previous streams that I've ever streamed, you can find them on YouTube right there. If you want to actually subscribe to the channel that didn't talk about this, you get this awesome primetime emote, just like Inquisitor Jesus did today, as well as Bomba, can't remember your, Bogoradwi, there we go, Bogoradwi. They subscribe to the channel, they get access to these awesome emotes, and you know, slowly but surely we are hopefully building my way towards partner, and when we get there we'll get more emotes. It's gonna be great, it's gonna be awesome. But yeah, so we will finish this league on the next stream, and I hope to see everybody there. In the meantime, have an amazing rest of your day, and see you soon. Bye bye.